After a delayed start due to high winds, the second leg of the Velux 5 Oceans Round the World yacht race kicked off from Cape Town in South Africa on the 16th of December. Ahead of the 5 skippers from 5 different nations lay 7,500 miles of some of the most treacherous seas in the world. Traversing the Southern Ocean to Wellington in New Zealand would be the ultimate test of both man and boat. Unfortunately for Belgian skipper Christophe Bullens, his quest to compete in Ocean Sprint 2 was short-lived. The former tank commander was forced to retire due to a broken mast track. Leg 2 was to test American Brad Van Loo's sailing abilities to the maximum with vastly changing weather and sea conditions. Van Loo had carried off the honours in the first sprint from La Rochelle in France to Cape Town, but this time around his fierce rivals Zbigniew Gutkowski and Derek Hatfield were firmly on his tail. But once again Van Loo reached land first, taking another impressive leg victory.
What was neat about this leg, actually, from a competition point of view, is, Derek led the leg for, 4, 5, 6 days. Gutek led the leg for probably more of the time than I did. The competition was really, really fantastic. For such a small fleet, it's really impressive, I think.
At the start of the 2010-2011 edition of the Velux 5 Oceans race, Polish skipper Zbigniew Gutkowski was something of an unknown quantity. But after finishing second in the first leg, the man from Gdansk has proved himself to be a world-class skipper. In Ocean Sprint 2, Gutkowski's good work continued. However, the 36-year-old had a major autopilot failure only a couple of days after the start of the leg. The Pole then became embroiled in a maritime game of chess with Canadian Derek Hatfield. It would be a battle that lasted almost a month and saw the pair swap places on numerous occasions. However, Gutkowski eventually came out on top, taking second place overall.
I'm really happy to be on the land and stay alive within one piece, and boat is behind me in the one piece also. So this is a good point after my terrible time, because I spent over 3 weeks with a major problem without a driver. And guys catch me, but going much faster, and I lost the contact, but the Derek, when they catch me, and stay with me like a shadow.
Derek Hatfield started leg 2 in third place, with the Canadian promising to step up a gear in Ocean Sprint 2. Amongst the mountainous waves and biting winds of the Southern Ocean, the man from Nova Scotia became locked in that huge battle with Gutkowski. It eventually came down to a difference in tactics that signalled the endgame for the pair. Hatfield took a westerly course into Wellington, with his Polish rival heading east. For the Canadian, heading west didn't produce the desired increase in speed, and Hatfield finished third on the podium once again.
Well, it's been a long, difficult leg, just brutal, relentless in its application, so I'm glad to be here. I don't know if I'm getting older or what, but it is the most difficult sailing that I've done in my career. This is my third race around the world.
British skipper Chris Stanmore Major started leg 2 determined to improve on his 4th place finish in Ocean Sprint 1. However, off the coast of Africa, the man from Cowes gambled, taking a course further south. But his gamble didn't pay off, leaving Stanmore Major almost 1,000 nautical miles behind the rest of the field. The Britain's problems were further compounded by battery issues. Stanmore Major faced the prospect of losing all power aboard his boat Spartan and trying to complete Ocean Sprint 2 without any navigation instruments. Adding insult to injury with land almost in sight, the Briton was first becalmed for the best part of 2 days off the coast of New Zealand, and then was battered by some heavy weather and very unfavourable wind in the Cook Strait. Chris Stanmore Major eventually made it to Wellington, and in 4th place.
I don't want to keep going on about a steep learning curve, but the learning curve is steep and continues. So I'm feeling much more happy about it now. I can drive the boat in heavy weather and reef the boat in heavy weather, and we've been out in 50 knots downwind and upwind, and I've just got to do it for myself now, that this learning has actually got a destination, that I'm learning things and I'm putting it into practice and making the boat go faster.
So after Ocean Sprint 2, American Brad Van Loo tops the results table with 30 points. Zbigniew maintains second place with 23 points. Canada's Derek Hatfield is holding steady in third, 2 points behind his Polish rival. And Chris Stanwell-Major has racked up 16 points with that second fourth place finish. And heartbreak for Belgian skipper Christophe Bullens after that retirement at the start of Leg 2. With just under a week to go, Ocean Sprint 3 from Wellington to Punta del Este in Uruguay will get underway on the 6th of February.